record.
We're just going to welcome in the Zoom callers.
Hello.
Oh, Marianne.
Marianne's
Hi. Welcome, everyone.
Sabrina.
Excellent. Okay.
So,
Yay. Hi, Donna. Welcome.
Hi, Donna.
and for all those newbies, please fill in the 3 informations for me.
All right, so that we can get you on the Zoom, get you the address.
And the invites every week if you wish to return.
Hi, darling. Look at, we got some fun friends already joining us. All right, so we are starting like we do every single day. We open our daily asking journal. We start up in the left-hand corner, put the date in, everybody. So if you have a blank piece of paper, put your date on there. I write a gratitude message or an affirmation. And the page I'm open to said, God owns everything and he loves to share. I ask continually and receive abundantly. All right. So remember, if you're only going to ask for 2 things, the opportunity is for you to receive 2 things. If you're going to ask for 100 things, the opportunity is for you to receive 100 things. So if you're new here for the first time, you might say, oh my goodness, they're making me pick out a pen and write 100 things on a piece of paper. And aren't we thankful that we did that for all of us who've been doing that for years? Because we come up with 100 and then we write another 100. And then next week we write another 100. And the next week we write another 100. And by the end of, a couple months, we've got thousands of askings in the universe. And so I think of our friends that are just writing 3 New Year's resolutions, and you're saying, how are you really blessing this universe? Molecules have to move around and they like to bless you and all those around you. So the other question is, can I ask for others? After you've asked for yourself, your 100 askings, you may start then asking for other people. So the first 100 are for you.
The first 100 are for
you.
ourselves. Okay.
So that you have means to give, that you have time to give, that you have energy to give, that you have healing to give, that you have a healthy body. So you're asking for all these things so that you can receive them and be the conduit of the light to shine through you. All right, so again, we start with a few gratitudes. So if everybody would start in their left-hand corner of the paper or in your corner and just write 5-10 things you're grateful for. It can be even starting with yourself. Remember, you have to put yourself in the equation. To do anything, you have to be present. So your name goes on there first.
Really fast for
yeah. All right. So we've said this many times, but in math equation, if you have x plus y equals z, and you were to remove x yourself, and you'd want to go save people in Africa, and then you removed yourself or didn't name yourself in the equation of your mission statement, how are you going to go to Africa and save people? Then you just have y equals z. So please always say in your gratitude messages that you're thankful for yourself and for your creator, whoever you name your creator, we call it God, Jesus Christ, and then all the other things, God's glory, for you, this wonderful experience that you had, that you're through it, yeah. And you're sitting here. And so always put something down in your gratitude columns, and it can be as simple as pen and paper and the air we breathe, the water we drink, Naples, Florida, beautiful weather, friends and family, community. So write a couple things down. The universe wants to know that you are somebody who thinks enough ahead to give a blessing. So everybody write 5 to 10 gratitudes down, or as many as you can put on as fast as you can. Your cell phone, your computer, what is it that helps you in this world? Your friends, your family, your work, if you're working, if that's important to you. Money, if that's important to you. Great wealth is important to a lot of people. If you think of how much we've earned in a lifetime, we've all are millionaires. We've all had millions of dollars come through our hands, through our bank statements, if we've been working 25 years.
Yeah. My niece used to work on a riverboat as a gambling. So she's had, buku
dollars through her hands, right? Okay, so that's just the moment of being grateful. And we suggest eventually that you read those out loud. So we'll go to the next box right to the right of it. And it says, what may I do differently to allow more happiness and peace in my life? if you're members here, maybe it'd be fun tonight to all say that we attend more Miracle Group meetings this year, okay? It's so great to be blessed with like-minded people who actually cheer you on with your dreams.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Oh, I put already in for today, focus on positive people.
Focus on
Positive people.
There you go.
And then right below it, it says, I have fun
That's
and
all that matters
celebrate
to you,
this
isn't it?
day by. And so if you're writing for today, you can just write down something, even this meeting, that she said positive people. So what is a celebration of this day? What did you do today? If you went out to lunch, if you met a friend, if you organized something, if you played your instrument, if you, what was today a little celebration of today? If you saw somebody that you haven't seen in a while. So you actually wanted to get out of the house, right?
Come here.
Come here,
Yeah,
right.
come
So,
here. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to write Miracle Group in that box too, because we've been doing this for 8 years for some of you that are new here. And we've been faithfully for 8 years meeting and have seen thousands of miracles right here in the rooms together. All right, and then we have 2 different sides, as if you'd fold your paper in half. We've got one side is what you're going to ask God for, and the other side, 5 things that you yourself could do as a 10-star experience in the day. So that's as simple as asking God for everything big and letting the how be up to him. And this is where, like when I say you make your list of 100, so today we're just going to write 8 different things that we're going to ask God for. And these are big things. This could be, James Stevens in the past has asked for a permanent dwelling space for him that he loves. So we've had big ones in this room that have come to be. Sylvie asked for a good master bathtub in her, where she lives. So she has a great bathtub. So we've all had some big askings. I remember one of JJ's askings was for Oscar to be here permanently. And he's right here. And so that started 2 years ago, that asking. And when we see these askings and we're sitting and touching and feeling and loving on these askings, it makes it really real, you know?
You asked for it, own it.
Yeah. Well, and we got all of JJ's things down here too, right? That's like all new since then.
And then JJ, remember your favorite lesson, own it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the God column is on the left, and we in the book, right? I asked for intention with intention 4. So please put some great things, and so Alan's perfect health. Okay, and these are things that we're giving God completely. So I can say with 100% hope, which we had a lesson on that, and that is absolute certainty that he's going to have 100% health.
Thank you.
Right back at you,
Thank
right?
you. Right back at you. Excellent health.
So we're
Thank you.
calling in our excellent health. The way we write is important. If you'd like to have an ideal weight, please write the number of your ideal weight. So there isn't any losing or wanting going on here. You're not losing any pounds. You're not wanting to be something. You're declaring exactly the specific solution or outcome. We had a nice couple that came one night, just like you, to this meeting. And in one time, their exact asking was to have a bakery. Within 2 weeks, they had a bakery here in Naples. Mm-hmm. So it was the way they asked versus begging.
Yes, and they came in with lack mentality.
Yeah, right here in this very room.
With a completely different mentality.
Mm-hmm. And then we're matching vibration to call in their greatest desire, this bakery. So it's so fun to see. And Terry was here, and we prayed for 2 years for her husband to have dental work and for it to be paid for by her insurance. And she got a new job with insurance, and it was so great to celebrate that when the second last Miracle Group meeting. So things that we prayed over have just really manifested in great ways. And one of the Miracle Group members was pregnant, and she was yet to have health insurance at all. And she was saying, how am I going to afford having this child? And they changed the standard of how much you could earn and still get the insurance, the government insurance. They raised it. So she met the standard, and she was able to have full coverage when she had a baby. So that was really wonderful to see these miracles right in front of your own eyes in a week, from 1 week to the next week. It's so beautiful. And Christine had shared a miracle that she had happen just this week. You want to share about your cabinets and your carpenter?
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm determined to have a new kitchen, which my husband is still having a fit. But anyways, sorry about that.
Those husbands.
So I kept putting off going and getting bids. I mean, I'm like, why am I not getting bids on this kitchen? Just a little kitchen. And so I needed a cushion on one of the chairs. It had been broken for a year. And I just said, today I'm taking it apart. And I texted this guy I know who said he was so busy he couldn't get to me till the end of March. And he lives right around the corner. And I said, I need a piece of wood for a chair in my dining room. He says, oh, by the way, one of my jobs just moved to the end of March. They can't do the kitchen right now. There's renters in there. I can do your kitchen right now.
So you went in for a chair and you got the whole kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was there today and take measurements and he's going to redo it.
Yeah. So and I offer this up to the people here again as reminders for us Miraclegroup members, long-term members, and the new people, is that when you go in, you have to say yes, and you have to go on your gut feeling. So that chair, she could have waited next week and the next week and the next week to call, but you said, today I got a nudge, a urge to go do something with this chair. And this is what's coming to me to call this man for this chair. And when she called that man and took immediate action on that chair, she got her big desire.
Yeah.
So please take immediate gut action when you feel anything, a nudge, a urge, write it down, and then make the phone call, set the text in place, speak it out loud, do some action. We call it digging your ditches. So the universe, subconscious mind is going to have a reaction to even an illusion. It has zero idea if it's just your pen writing it, just your heart feeling it, or it really is. And so it's going to give you full action right away. So
I have the same with her guitar lessons.
oh, okay. Susan, tell us about the guitar lessons.
You said you had the gut feeling. You told me the story about how you found your teacher.
Oh, I was listening to this guy. He was amazing. And he used to take guitar lessons with somebody amazing a long time ago. And so I just thought this guy reminded me of, so I just asked him if he taught lessons, and he said he did.
So you got in, right. And that's
awesome.
Uh-huh. So whenever we have any, let's start listening to ourselves, our feelings, at the hair standing up on your arms. If you feel like, oh, you've got a feeling in the gut, if you wake up in the middle of the night and a person's face or a vision comes to you, write it down immediately and then take some kind of gentle action towards it in the morning. Breathe into it, make a phone call, pray over it, light a candle. Every action is a good action. So it can be just simply as saying, God, I welcome this in. This means something, obviously, because it woke me up and that's the person's face I saw. So bring this further. I'm willing to accept and to move on to this. So that's part of us really understanding the gut feeling. And so when we ask for intention in our little daily asking, that's things we give God. Those are our big things. Those are the new cars. That's the great jobs. That's the miraculous visit from a boyfriend or moving home. We've had another Miraclegroup member, and her asking was for Christmas for her loved one to come home. And he did come home, and we all prayed over it. It was so fun to see that now they're together in the new year. He has a job that he had to do. I don't know if he's on ships. And so he was away and he got home and we had prayed over it. And it was, it's just such a blessing that we can do the celebration. And then write why you want those things to God. Okay. So if you're asking for a new home, you'll see the column over there with why on it. Give God, your parent, just a little bit of why. Why would you like your health, Alan?
To be able to live life abundantly.
There you go. Write that in. So the why is, I want to continue living in abundance. This great life. I love it. I love to get out there and walk and to jump, skip, hop, write it all down. Whatever it is that you like to do. Get on a bike. I know he takes his daily walks. you want to serve your mother and be able to go out to dinner with her and pick her up and all that. And so as this, it's so important to put the whys down. You know, it's one thing for somebody to get new dental work, and another thing if it's going to help them with their self-esteem and help them get out there, like you said, and feel good about themselves and to do their next greatness. Well, then you're even more convinced that that should be the next move immediately. So your Heavenly Father who's going to give you these things, and remember, you're asking God for these things. It isn't asking for your check doesn't come from your boss. Your check or your paycheck comes from God. Your car comes from God. Your house comes from God. And you can thank the human hands and heart if they're involved, but everything comes from God.
God trading.
Yes, it's a God trading. Yes.
Like
So
Jeff
some of us
Steele,
have
the biggest God
had, some of us have needed some more private lessons on this, the God trading. I mean, Sue's we've worked together for probably around 20 years, and we realize it's all God. It's all God. So when you're addressing your desires and your intents, it's to God. All right. Sometimes we want to borrow money. Believe me, you're borrowing it from God. So be aware that when you're in the feeling of desire, it's different than need. Desire is a little better vibration than need. Get to your desire vibration fast, and then declare your desire unto God and why. Okay, so on the bottom, then we have 5, 1 through 5 in the bottom right-hand corner. Those are the things you can do. You can go to work. Bless you. God bless you. You can go to the post office. You can get here to the meeting. And so if we take one extra moment, like Sylvie and I coming and being prepared, we brought extra pens. We brought our bag. We brought our books so that we can write in them. So taking that 5 extra minutes to make it a 10-star experience is everything. I've seen people now bring JJ little gifts, housewarming gifts, and that took them that extra minutes, right? Last week you had a beautiful little basket somebody brought you. Yeah.
Donna brought it.
Oh, Donna brought it. And so how would life be better for the next guy if we took the 5 extra minutes? I'm having a new roof put on my house currently, and I was alerted that the guy who's delivering the tile from Central Florida, his mom had passed away. So the next morning, so he had come really early in the morning because the funeral, he had to get to the funeral. So the next time I saw him the next morning, he was coming to deliver the final load. And I made sure that I went over there and I, had a beautiful conversation with him and, prayed for his mother and saying that I'm so sorry for that. And yet I know that she's in a great place and that God has great favor on all his children. So it was just so nice to have a conversation with somebody who's just delivering, and my contractor's out there with him. I would never have met him or talked to him, but to make my life a 10-star experience, and receiving my roof is part of my 5 things for the day because they're up there all day. I can make it a 10-star experience by actually being part of somebody's life and letting them know that they matter and that I'm appreciative that even that he showed up before he went to his mother's funeral, wow. For my house. And that's a long drive both ways and everything. So that it was touching to me. And I wanted to acknowledge that was really beyond my thoughts and expectation of anybody. And it was fun to realize he was a 1%er. So by me stopping and doing that, I got to meet another miracle kind of person. That was why he could do all that, because he knew his mother was in a better place and that she had lived a great life and that there's greater things. It's like the butterfly from the caterpillar. And he was able to continue on his day and do the celebration, be there for the funeral and the celebration time, and go right back to work the next morning at 6 a.m. So basically, I think that is part of what we get together here for, is to realize how great things are around us and how that there is always better. And if we call it in an organized fashion, we can experience it even more. And when we get clear why we're asking for things, it makes our heart even open further to each other. Like, I'm excited for Christine for her cabinets. I just got new laundry room cabinets. It feels great every time I turn the light on in that laundry room, And I'm like excited that you're going to have that great feeling that I've been able to experience for the last 6 months. So I'm like, I know what that feels like. It's like every morning, the smile goes on. I love this, and I moved the sink has the window and the sink are now together instead of the window here and the sink in the corner. So I get to look out of the yard every single morning and praise God. And so I'm cheering you on for that, because I know how great that felt for me.
I know why I kept putting off and putting off. They'll do custom, and the price he quoted was.
And he's right around the corner. So he's your neighbor. It's so nice to work with your neighbors.
And it gives him a job. Right now, he's without his job because that one was put off. So suddenly he has my job.
That's great. So we can see that when it's a 10-star experience with just a little bit more, with my movers, the same thing with my plumbers, I take a moment, I give them a copy of the book. It's a great gratitude message. Just thank you so much. I buy them lunch, you give them a glass of water. The whole idea is if you think ahead, you can pre-make something a 10-star experience. I had my trees trimmed on a Saturday, and this was a great thing. I said, it's a Saturday. It's so great these guys are coming. I'm going to make sure I go get them subs from Publix, right? And I'm going to have them come in the patio area and sit around the table, and I'm going to actually give them an opportunity to have a pitcher of water and to sit down instead of out. They usually just sit by their trucks or whatever. And I said, it's kind of fun. It's Saturday. They're doing this for me on this special day. I'm going to make this a special little fun thing. And it was fun for all of us. And we had lots of little conversations here from different countries and different ages. And two of them were brothers. You just start learning about people. So if I hadn't had a little bit more awareness to make it a 10-star experience, they would have just trimmed the trees. I would have given them the check and they'd be out the door. And I would know nothing about them. I would have impacted zero, and they would have impacted me zero. No prayer, no smiles, no laughter, zero. So we can go through life like that, or we can make it a 10-star experience. So pick 5 things every day. That's why it's 1 through 5, like Miraclegroup's right here on mine. And let's make it a 10-star experience. So part of Sylvie taking a few moments to write an outline or to figure out what we're doing here, that's to make this a 10-star experience for all of us who gather. She made those little welcoming packets and put a pen in there. And all that makes it a 10-star experience. So if each of us go through life just thinking a little bit more ahead, can I grab the umbrella? Can I grab the jacket? Can I have the comfortable shoes? Do I have an extra pair of socks? Is there a raincoat in the car? Just have that little extra awareness. And boy, it goes a long way. It's amazing how when you have the hat and you need it because the sun is blaring on you, or you have the sunglasses with you, or you have an extra hat and sunglasses in your car in case somebody's joined you from up north and they have zero idea what it's like in the middle of the day here if you're taking a walk. So you have the extra. Yeah. Okay, so and this is exactly the fun of these 5. Okay, and the gains and miracles created in the left-hand corner, everybody write down one little miracle that has happened today. The fact that her neighbor's open for cabinets, that's a miracle. So your miracle is going to be your own. I wrote here, Jillian was with us. Okay. The declare. So tonight we're doing our steps, and my niece, who had a great part of a great miracle when she did her 9 steps, and she's just a youngster. And I'll share that, but I wrote down her miracle because she happens to be in town and I'm going to be sharing her story tonight. So it's so fun to have her here and her story be prevalent. So whatever your miracle is, and a miracle can be anything that's excited. You stepping forward and getting your lessons just because you asked. Ask and you shall receive. You just thought felt right. Yeah, and it just felt right to do it. Yeah. So Oscar, what's a miracle since the last time we got together?
My daughter's birthday is tomorrow.
Very nice.
I was doing some online shopping and I went to the checkout for the thing and it said I got a $50 gift certificate waiting for me to. That's cool.
$50 gift certificate. Good.
Free money.
Yeah. Okay, so write down your $50 gift certificate. I had one of those too. It was my birthday too, in October, and I wanted some beach shoes to walk on the beach. And I said, all right, Sylvie brought the mail in the house and there was a $50 coupon. And I said, wow, like a credit, like point credit. So I said, I'm going to call up, and I called REI and I clicked on my shoes and I was ready to check out. And they were $50.
Wow.
Exactly my certificate.
Nice.
So I said, happy birthday to me. Yeah. So that little $50 shoe certificate or the $50, that goes right there as a miracle. Everything is a miracle. Can we see everything as the miracle? The fact that you got in and out.
Yeah.
And that's a miracle.
Yes.
So,
That's right.
so please make a note of a miracle every single day. And then in the bottom, we have, I read my Bible, I'm connected to God, I did my prayers and my meditation. These are just little examples. Mm-hmm.
So it's also fun, like when you do this asking for many years, and now like I do it since 2017, like really like with Focus. And I find all my old papers of things that were important to me back then. And I can see now, oh, I checked everything off. And it was like a moment for me when all these 4 things, it's like I prayed so much that 4 big things for me are coming to being. And like I just found this paper amongst other papers 3 years later. And I was like, oh, all of this is done. So nice. And then we wrote like in the Miraclegroup meetings, also like 3 years back, we did a lot of writing because we had still to organize ourselves to have these platforms. So we took a lot of plain papers and we wrote ourselves just letters, and like everything was like written. And then it's so fun to read the old letters to yourself. So once in a while, write yourself a letter and then go back like a time capsule.
And I'm asking to see this person and that.
And I checked off whatever came to be. I mean, that was like basically a gratitude letter, but also with some askings. And you can see I did like some check marks. And it's so fun after all these years. And then I'm looking at all these people who gave me their second energy in this Miraclegroup meeting. And once you come here more often, you know all the signatures. And then I
initials, yeah.
And the initials. And I saw one that I thought fondly of because this was from a lady that has since then transpassed us. And it's so nice to just remember her for, oh, thank you that she gave me the energy when she was still with us in 2018. So it's just so cool. And then, so think back on like, yes, once you're up to date, you write down today's miracles, last week's miracles. And then it's so much fun when you think back in your life and it comes to more to your mind. What kind of miracles did you already achieved when you had yet to really know that you were asking? So I have a fun story that I just remembered recently. It was my birthday and I just started college. And I was new in this town. The college started like 2 days before my birthday. And it was like in my dorm. I met like 2 people that were in the same major as I did. So I invited them for my birthday dinner. And I'm a tea person. I was always a tea person. So after we had dinner together and they appreciated that I invited them for sitting together, I offered them tea. And the guy was asking, what kind of tea do you have? And I said, everything, name whatever you like. And he came up with something completely weird, like a papaya. And it was cactusfeige. Like from
this flower.
No, it's not. It's a fruit from. No,
Dragon fruit?
it was
From
a passion
cactus.
fruit papaya. That was a third, and there's
A
like
cactus fruit, yeah.
like a cactus fruit. You know that.
Hibiscus.
Oh.
Not dragon fruit. It's like a fig. It's like a fig thing. Yeah.
Goes
Not
on.
a kumquat?
No,
it's a
it's like in
this-
the Canary
It goes on
Islands,
the-
like
Oh, okay, it's from that, then, oh.
yeah. But it's like it's a fruit that grows on a. I mean, you know, like now
Anyway.
yeah. So it was like something completely ridiculous, and I went to my tea cabinet. I opened the door, and they had a flavor of the moment, and I put out it was exactly the 3 weirdest things ever. And I brought it in. This is the one you want. And he's like, what? He didn't even think about it. And he wished to drink the tea. And I could present him exactly with 3.
Joke's on you.
Right. So you see, that's so fun when you write these miracles down, because as the years go by, you know, we have so many, you kind of, they pass us through your mind. So write the tea bag stories down and then share them and laugh. I mean, it is so great to have this. And my daughter, we were on the trip when we were going around the world, and they always have banana bread and carrot cake. And one morning my daughter said, why is it always banana bread and carrot cake? How about banana cake and carrot bread? The next morning we come down and, you know, you're just coming real early in the morning and I'm looking at the things and I'm like, oh my gosh, there is banana cake and carrot bread. Literally the very next morning. And we did in Costa Rica. This was great for the ones of us that are in Costa Rica. But we had one group member, and he was getting a massage one morning, but the night before we all went around like this, and we said, tomorrow morning, let's each say what will happen here in this strange place in Costa Rica tomorrow morning. My mother says, new silverware. They need shiny new silverware in this retreat. There was new silverware for breakfast. And one guy said, fruit salad. They have all this beautiful fruit cut up. I would like fruit salad. So we all got together, and he comes in after his massage, and he skipped breakfast because he had a massage, right? And we went around the room, and we said, we all look at, my mom got shiny, brand new, gorgeous silverware that they served as breakfast with. And there was fruit salad. We all ate it. He says, but I have yet to see my fruit salad. We said, well, we all ate it. You went and got a massage. We ate your fruit salad. It was there at breakfast.
And it was good.
It was very good because we all ate it up, right? So these are the fun things. And we each wrote some really profound, bizarre thing because we're at a resort, right? And all the things came true. Every single, there are 14 of us, all 14 crazy things, like you said, came true. And we had so much fun.
And this is the moment when you really realize that you create everything, and everything comes from thin air. It matters just for you. Just in this moment, it matters for you.
Yep.
And every moment is newly created. And that you own it all, and you did it all, and all these new moments coming. That's why we pre-plan it. That's why we take this extra time to sit down and pre-plan.
And we all had written it down so that we could, in the morning, open up the paper and check it off. Skydra, who a lot of you know, she was there with me. And so I have to ask her what her thing was, because it was now 3 or 4 years ago that we did that. That was just the best morning. We all laughed. And both my sisters were there. My brother was there. My mother was there. And so it was a really fun, and my daughter was there. We all had these askings, and everybody's asking came true. It just so beautiful.
And just for you to share, like before Carisa left for her trip around the world, we did this little envelope with all our askings inside. And now it's been 2 years and something counting, probably.
Since we've opened, it's our time capsule.
So we will open it next meeting, because our next meeting is I Declare. And we declare a thing, and we're doing a new time capsule next, like in 2 weeks. We're sitting together and we're doing this. We open this, and whoever's here that has it can share how many of these things we put in there came to be. It's going to be so amazing.
And then we'll put new ones in.
And then we put new ones in, and we all like do our blessings on top, and I will keep that for another year or two, whatever comes by.
Yeah, so it's really,
So
it's so important.
Because
So
this
when
like
you
really
say,
gives
why do
us-
we put so much time into asking? Because it comes true. Because it comes true. So if you want your things that you have in here and here to come out, and so you can touch them in physical form, write them down, think them, speak them out loud, call them forth, pray over them, give thanks in advance. The whole, that's why we're going to do the 9-step method again today. And it's good that there's so many new people here. Okay, then we do have a signature on the bottom of the page, and we say second the motion.
What about in this 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4, 5?
that's your 5 10-star experience things you can do. Go to the post office, show up at a miracle. What can you do, little you, in a great way?
Okay.
So even though we all go to the grocery store all the time, what can you do to make it even a better experience? Take your coupons, take your bags with you, take your sweater. So it's simply, I have one for Sue, right? When you visit your kids, let them have whatever they want everywhere. Smile and say, so be it. Looks great, honey, go for it. Yes, you're doing great, daughter. Keep your mouth with big duct tape on it, right? So we're laughing because Sue says, oh my gosh, I'd love to say all these things. And you know, the truth is you're here to enhance your experience. We're all here in this world to improve ourselves. And everybody else has an experiment going on with God. And we're here to just let everybody have that experience, however it comes out in words, deeds, thoughts, noise levels, grumpiness or happiness. It's all perfect. And it's for us to investigate our own souls. So it takes a lot of, we call it time in versus time out. We want time in. Go in your bedroom, close the door, light your candles, get your journal out, write your 10-star experiences, write your own list of all your miracles that you can remember in your whole life. It's really great. Say your prayers for the other people, write through your life, write news stories about anything. And Christine, you should probably write a happy story about your husband loving your cabinets so much. Yeah. So just take a paragraph and write a new story. about everybody, about every experience you have before you have it. If you're going to the airport to go on a trip, if you're going to drive on a trip, write everything about how great this trip is. It's going to be on time. Your suitcases are coming with you. The people there are blessed that they're going to see you. The interchanges go great. The deals are wonderful. The hotel is comfortable and better than your expectations. So write the story before you step into the story. So many people go through life, including us at times in this room. We go through life and we have yet to write the story that we're stepping into, and then we get whatever. So, all right, that's it. And the second motion, you always have to have a high five from somebody or an initial on your page from somebody else.
So we initial our own.
You initial your own, and then you turn to the person next to you. Your son can high five you or put his fingerprint on there or his initials. And the idea is that you got a second energy of somebody that just wants to smile with you. Right. So that's the joy. The joy is that you have another human being's energy. And that's why Sylvie's laughing when she takes out and reads all those little signatures when we pass papers around and who's done what. All right. So thank you all for filling in your page of daily asking. The idea is we do this every day of the week. Predate yours. You can do 2 days on one paper if you'd like, and put 2 dates. The idea is it's the daily exercise to build the muscle. Do some form of asking or journaling every single day, something, even if it's 5 things in a box, 5 minutes. It's the fact that you're doing it. Like I drew little money signs on my corners. I got that. So take all the learning and training that you have and call in everything and make sure great wealth is on every page. Yes. Because with great wealth, you have more time and energy to share with this world. You can work at hospital, you can donate your time, you can help with children and animals and elderly and yeah. So with your wealth, yeah, we got it. We're in this experience. And unless you think somebody else should pay for you, you better write down that you've got great wealth of your own so that you then
you can also write down free things.
Yeah, coupons, free things, like you say, deals. It's fun. Oscar enjoyed his deal. I like my deals.
Okay, so we are really excited today. We are on lesson number 2 in our 10-week series of Live by Design. And the first one was last time, the goal setting. And remember, we went through the inspiration notebook, and what we did in the inspiration notebook.
The targets. Yeah.
That's mine here. We did, so for everyone that has yet to do it or still has to fill in, we're just reminding you what lesson number 1 was about. We went over our divine mission again. We updated our mission for the year. We filled in our goals for 2021. We did that in a focus target. And then we did it for different categories. We filled in all our targets for different categories. And now we are on the next page. Lesson number 2 is like the best foundation ever for the new people here because it's a 9-step method. So it all started in 2017. I mean, way before.
I say, yeah, well, Sylvie penned it in 2017. So it's on a list for you all. So it was when 7 years ago.
Is a copy of that in here?
Yeah,
There's a copy of that
in their folders.
There's a copy of that page in their folders. Do you know?
No, this is here.
Okay,
Let's have a moment and then we give it out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, good, she's got it. Good.
Let's have the intro first. Like,
Yeah,
let's build suspension.
Okay, suspension. All right.
Drum roll.
Exactly. So Carisa wants to tell the story how that came to be.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just take 1 second. Yatsik, who's a Miraclegroup member, and Skydra, Yatsik found he was in an elevator, and he's from a small town in Poland, and he's lived here for probably 25 years in Florida. And he got in an elevator in Fort Myers, and there was a lady from the same town he is from, and it's a little teeny village in Poland. And he says, "Wow, you're the first person I've ever met in the United States that's from my village." And so he said, "What do you do?" And she said, "Well, I give lessons on manifesting." And Yatsik said, "Well, that sounds wonderful. We're into it. We love God and all this. I'd like to take your lessons." So he then asked me if I wanted to join him, because you could go as a couple. He was married and I'm married, but the two of us have this in common that we really enjoy. And so I said, sure, absolutely. Let's go and take her lessons. And she charged $225 an hour. And it was a series of 14 lessons, and it was way up in Cape Coral.
Wow.
So it was a commitment of 3 hours of time, an hour each way of driving, an hour there, and $225. So after I completed the 14 lessons with Jacek,
Wow.
I said, you know what, Jacek, I took it so that I could have the platform that we could share it, Sylvie and I, with all of you very logically, and it's written down. And I said, the thing I would do completely different than this lady, because I've been manifesting and creating miracles my whole life, is I do it flipped. I connect with God first, and then I do everything. She did everything and then connected with God. And so I said, well, so I know intuitively that in my heart, the light source, the switch has to be turned on first. That would make it even more powerful. So I just made it short steps with Sylvie. She helped me pen it into words way back then. And again, how this came to be, and I want you to see how profound this is. And Alan, we were sharing, just about the house, but Sylvie's grandmother and my mother were born in Poland. We're going back to Poland, everybody. Isn't this interesting? We're both Germans. We're in an elevator with Jacek's in a Polish man in an elevator with a Polish lady. Sylvie and I come from ancestors that lived 8 miles from each other. We had never met in our lives, right? There's something about little village in Poland pulling us. So, and Sylvie came to America and then went around the world in between. And we hadn't spoken to each other in almost 8 years at that point. And she said, let's meet. We'll meet anywhere. And my husband and her were texting or emailing each other. And he said, how about we're going to Rome? Let's meet at the Vatican. Mm-hmm. So after not seeing each other in 8, now when you put the pieces together, you can see how divinely these 9 steps are, everybody that you're receiving. So we go to the Vatican that day. Then we go out to dinner. And my husband says to Sylvie, what is your 5-year plan? She's been here 3 of the 5 years, everybody. And she says, I don't know, but every single morning when I wake up, go ahead, tell them. Write a book.
Well, my initial plan was I was like so happy going around the world on ships. And I had the next contracts already laid out. I was going to go around South America next and all these kind of fun things. So, however, he was like, yes, what is your 5-year plan? I was like, okay, obviously there's something deeper, because he's asking me 3 times the same question. And it's almost as weird as I was born in east of Germany. So like behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And we had this 5-year plan. I mean, that was everyone made fun of all the time. And then I was thinking, now I'm sitting here with a US American citizen and he's asking me again for a 5-year plan. I got all this time, and now I have to. I mean, with all my things, and
we're not communists, right? Why are the Americans asking this? Yeah.
So, and I still had to. I said I was telling myself, now I have to come up with something else. Obviously, my answers are less satisfying to him. So the other thing I always had, whenever I went to bed, whenever I woke up, there was always this voice: write a book. And I was like asking. Yes, I like to. However, about what? Because I have so many things. Is it my travels? Is it all the experience I have with the guests on cruise ships? I mean, these are books and books and books.
That could be a movie.
Humanity at its finest.
Yeah, such a variety every day. So, and then Carisa said, so I was just saying then in this moment.
Yeah, we hadn't seen each other in 8 years. Zero talking.
So I said,
zero texting, zero.
So I was thinking to myself, if I now commit, because I'm German, if I promise something, if I say something, I have to do it. It's for me, it's like so set in stone.
Well, and we're both German, so there's that other,
so when
piece
I came
that God
here,
put
that was
together.
another learning experience for me, that sometimes people just say something for the sake of hearing their voice. So for me in this moment, it was like, okay, I heard this voice of saying, writing a book. I think that it's a 5-year plan. I have 5 years to make a book happen. So I said, like, I will write a book. in this moment, I will have a book.
And so we're sitting next to each other just like this at dinner. And I said, I'm going to write a book too, Sylvie. I said, will you come back to Florida and can we spend January and write side by side?
Because January
Two
was the
different
next
books, her
one.
writing on her book, just to motivate each other
Oh.
Yeah.
for old times, you know?
I mean, I still was like wondering what kind of topics, so I kind of, it was really fast. We met then. I had to go to the Monaco Yacht Show, but before that, I was exiting like from the Northwest Passage in New York, so I had time to come to Florida for 10 days before going to the Monaco Yacht Show. So I was here for 10 days and she
In October,
introduced me to all this manifesting, and it was so clear to me that I did that my whole life already. You know, I manifested my Northwest Passage with my red parka and my hat and all of these kind of things what I wish to have. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's a structure I'm using. So let's make that available for everyone. And I will come, my next opening is in January. So I will come January 2nd. And we write that. And it was so, and I mean, this whole story is like goes on and on and on because it was so divinely inspired. I actually had my visa stamp in my passport until the day I had a flight ticket to Santiago de Chile in February of that year.
Yeah, so she had 1 month, yeah.
I had 1 month with her, and I had my
Visa for
and
this.
when I came to the immigration, the voice inside of me said, ask them what happens if you want to stay longer. And in this moment,
At the airport, you know, the little guy at the airport.
Yes.
and I have like a little backstory, a little long one. So I was like, no way. You know, I have like my 1 month here, everything's pre-planned, I have my flight ticket.
She had her visa for the stamp, yeah.
So
Stamp, it's written.
Mhm.
done.
yeah, it's all good. Why open this proverbial
M&Ms.
box? So I come there and I'm standing in line and the voice is getting louder and louder, like really ask. I was like, oh gosh, okay. What if I want to stay an extra day?
At Fort Myers Airport, RSW.
Mhm.
That was what the voice was telling me to do. So
Next day,
Yeah, that was the boy told her to say that.
Okay.
So
just
she
an
said
extra
that.
day. So then this guy, girl, you bring me in big trouble. Like, oh God. Tap, tap, type. And then he went. Come back, tap, tap, type, went. You know, the long line behind me, like always, you know, like everyone goes to other counters. I'm standing there. Okay, you come with me. Okay, but then in the end, like everything, like long story short, he came to me, handed me my passport, and I just got it. And he didn't even like went through my luggage like other times. I went out, I looked inside, and I had like, oh my gosh, I have another 6 months.
And that's the birth of this book. So this is so divinely inspired. I just share it because the title of the book came to me, and I was in a room with 9,000 people doing an Anthony Robbins seminar, and it was like, what is the next step? Dream it up right now. And there's 9,000 people, and the lights are dim. And God's like, okay, you're going to write this book, and it's called Asking You Shall Receive. And so that was the only one title. And the same thing with Connect to the Light. The second one, you're going to write this book. It's called Connect to the Light. So here, Sylvie, like I said, and it started with my mother is 83. So you see how the universe started this process 83 years ago. And so is her grandmother.
Wow.
So it started back then in Poland to make this book 83 years later here that we're going to do tonight.
Nice.
I just want you guys to be really clear that we seldom share the whole story.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
As the pieces keep getting clearer and clearer to us
Mhm.
and coming through, it's like, oh my gosh, that is definitely, you know, the chances, if we're going to say that, of us sitting together
Yes, it's
once
really-
again, all these years later,
Yeah.
and that we're both said we're going to write, and that I had just taken those classes so that it was all fresh in my mind and the order was set and ready to be written. And so now here it is. And so this was the divine inspired order, steps 1 through 9 there.
So whoever has a book,
It's-
there is like in the back, it's like this tear out section from Asking You Shall Receive.
Or if you've got the
And-
inspiration notebook,
And your
it's also in
inspiration
there.
notebook, it's in the front. So we
And
have
here's
the
copies
ninesteps
if you need it.
almost
written.
everywhere.
Yeah. If you need the copies, yeah, pass them on. Yep. pass it right over.
What was the connection with the 83 years? What was it again?
My mother
Yeah.
And my grandmother.
and her grandmother,
And how?
8 miles away, they came into this, they were birthed
8
together
miles apart in Poland.
in Poland, and we're Germans.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't that?
Yeah, it's so incredible. I mean, the story, we're just giving you a short version.
I mean, just the fact that I didn't meet her. I met her husband in
Right.
Berlin.
And my husband said to her, "You remind me completely of my wife," when he saw her. And we never met any, they were in Germany, you know, right. So you can see how the whole, the trickling and the pieces of the universe pushing together.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So the universe planned this meeting 83 years ago, everyone.
Amen.
Good that you could
This
attend.
is where you signed this for me, and the date, March 2017, after my cancer diagnosis.
Oh, yeah, when you first
initialed
got the
it
book.
When I met you the
First time.
And it took us 3 years to get connected.
Again. Yeah. So you can see, and you have to share with your mom.
Wow, that's awesome.
You have to share with your mom, Alan, and your son, that you kept walking by the house we bought saying, "I'd like to know the owner of this house."
Did I not show you her house when we went to the beach? I mean, the first
Yes.
chat, so I got out of the hospital, okay? And I said, I just want to go to the beach. I
Uh-huh.
just want to go to the beach. And,
To share with Marianne and Sue.
hi. And that's all I wanted to do. And we got done and I said, just go down Fifth. I wanted to connect. I knew through the house to connect to you, and to the spirit. And I just needed to get on the beach. And that's what we did. And then on our way back, I pointed out your house and I was
right.
telling them about it, didn't I?
Yeah, you
Right.
did,
Yeah.
So share the story real quick for the people. You kept walking by, you said.
I've lived down here 7 years, and for 7 years, I have walked back and forth. My routine for a long time in the evening was to go to the Brick Coffee House on Fifth Avenue, get a cup of coffee, walk down to the beach, walk sometimes as far as the pier and come back. But I always walked back and forth up Fifth Avenue. And the house that Carisa now owns, I've loved the home. It attracted me. And I have said on more than one occasion, I've stood in front of that house and just admired it and thought about being inside of it, and that I would love to know the people who own this house and like just be able to fellowship inside there. And I just felt an attraction of energy to that house, and that one day I would know the owners. and
we're sitting next to each other at the table.
That's right.
Right. It is. So the fun is, and the other part of that was when Sylvie was making her vision board, she had taken a picture of the house and had it on her vision board. So the house we bought, Sylvie had put on her vision board. So in just this room, that one house had different energies.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right. It
it's
really is.
amazing when you're aware of the miracles, and then you can really start using them. All right. So just like baking a cake, if you follow the steps in the back of your package, 1 through 9 here, and you'd think about this, right? If you're going to make a cake and you put it all together and you put it in the oven and then you took it out of the oven and then turned on the oven, it would make a different cake, right?
Right.
So you kind of have to do step 1 and turn the oven on first, mix your ingredients accordingly, and then put the cake in for X amount of time. Well, manifesting is kind of the same way. So God set this universe up with 7 absolutes. And when you follow those absolutes and you follow these 9 steps, when you know your oven or the playing field, if you know your kitchen, then you can create so much easier. So part of us getting together is to keep reminding you of the 7 absolutes of the universe. And then the 9 steps it takes to bake the cake in order to always have it done perfect every time. And that's why we have such a great success rate, like 14 out of 14, overnight, because we follow the steps. So it's that easy. And it starts with step 1. And that's why Connect to the Light was written, everybody. It's really just step 1. Asking You Shall Receive is the overview book. And there'll be each of these steps as an entire book. So Connect to the Light is actually step 1, and on the binder, it says a 1 on it. All right, so we've gone in great detail. So tonight we're just going to go back over the quick methods of baking the cake and then a quick on the 7 absolutes of how the kitchen and oven are set up. So step 1, connect. Plug into God's almighty gift, the power of the universe, discover your life's purpose. Okay, so that's why your mission statement is the very first thing we filled out together. And if there's anybody in this room that is yet to have a 1-sentence mission statement, right now, I'd like you to write 3 words down that describe you: love, joy, peace, happiness, dance, and 1 verb: dancing, singing, working, pounding, hammering, musician. So have a few words about yourself. And we all here that have been doing this have made mission statements. We have long versions, we have short versions. We're here with a mission. You can alter it any day. And the idea though is have a few words. So my words, people who know me: joy, receive joy. That's why God put that in my mission statement right there on every book, receive joy. He came up with the word receive for me. And I said, what is this? What's the logo? And even the vibration right there was only 1 logo. He said that will be the logo, and the receive, because it's time for everybody on this planet to learn one thing: how to receive.
Amen.
We've been giving, running in circles, upside down and backwards, so many different ways. And it's time for us to do this one word. He did it all, and now it's time for us to receive. So it's a training class to train a muscle to receive. It's a whole new class, receiving. Okay, all of us are professional givers. We give away all our time, hot potato our life, right? Here, ho, you want a little more of this? Have a little more of this. Okay, a little more of this. Give you this. Okay, you can have this. I got this. I'm going to put you away. Your money, it goes right in and out of your wallet. Your time goes right in and out of the day, right? You go to bed saying, oh my gosh, I gave away all my time and my money. So now it's time to receive, and that's a whole different action step. And so when we go through the steps, the first is connect, plug in the oven. So the first, you have a toaster oven, or toaster. It's so fun. Sometimes you put it down, you're like, you come back, the toast is still cold, right? And you look, or the coffee maker, and you're like, whoa, I waited 5 minutes. What's going on? And then you go, oh, the plug. So we are a great device. It is to be plugged in. In the morning, raise your hands up, do your dance for God. You have to say, here I am, God, I'm ready. Let's start. I'm plugging myself in. I'm connected. I've got my prayers going. I've got my gratitude. Marianne gets up at 5 a.m. I mean, do whatever it is to take your walk, speak to God, say a little prayer, say good morning. And get connected, however you do that. If it's yoga, if it's meditation, that 5 minutes of journaling is part of your connection. You're saying a gratitude message, your name's on it, God's name's on that page. You've got a connection going. It reminds you to read a Bible verse and to say a prayer. That's why we have this little check the box. Can you just, there should be some Bible verses posted all over there, even in the inspiration books. Now we have Bible verses right all over the books. All these boxes, everybody, these boxes are Bible verses. So if you could just read your page through any of Receive Joy's material, read a couple Bible verses, cut them out, hang them on your wall, and walk by and read some Bible verses. So connect, step 1, plug in to the greatest power source there is. That's your creator. Plug in. And you know what? Plug in as many times you need to every hour. Check your connection. Check your connection. A God trader has to be connected to the power source. God is your complete supply. So we have this, and James Stephen, you might want to share real quickly for 1 second, right? Is when you're asking other people for things versus God. So how did you get that finally?
Well, I got that by I was endeavoring, I forget what I was trying to accomplish. Oh, it was sponsorship for some project for my music work. And I had, written letters and emailed and made calls, and it wasn't just not panning out. And then I figured, okay, I'll go to Carisa because, she's pretty well off. This wouldn't be such a stretch for her. So, and then Carisa said, well, what about, who you going to, me, or why not just go to God? And because we're all horse traders in small time or big time horse traders.
Right. You're either trading shit or you're trading with God.
That's
Right.
I like that.
So if you're a horse trader, you're gonna have heaps of shit around you.
Yeah.
We go and that's why I say your paycheck comes from God. Make sure you're thanking the right person.
So when I
There
went
you
to
go.
God and I went directly in
Yeah.
that fashion, and then it came through somebody,
Right,
embodied extension of God, then it
Yeah.
was spontaneous. It was very easy.
right. Because God then will pick the delivery system. He's the how. So if you start going to one individual, and that was the fun of like James Stevens, and I sat with God and I said, God, sure, it's easy for me to give. The idea though is guess who's going to get the reward tenfold?
Mhm.
Do I need more tenfold money or whatever? So I would like you to have the tenfold reward. So every time I answer a call, I get rewarded. The idea is then you get debt. If I do that, then you're obligated back to me plus interest. And where's the reward from your Heavenly Father? So for me to help everybody in here get the reward from their Heavenly Father, I have to remind you to be a God trader. Every single request in these books that we write down is going to God. He is your supply. When you are a God trader, you're going to get divine answers. And Sue and I have had 20 years of divine answers, and the miracle lists that we two have created, she's on the call here, are huge. Marianne, we've had huge lists of creation power, and it was all God. It was all God. We were the second energy with each other, though the trading was with God.
Mhm.
Nobody came and said, Carisa, could you help me? They said, let's formulate this for a great asking for God. So step one, connect to God. Yeah. Call on him, ask him. Again, I say to you, if two of you agree on earth about anything they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For where two or three gather in my name, there I am with you. Okay. Go ahead, Sue.
What's the 7 absolutes?
Right. Well, you have heard them, but we'll go back through. So keep that. We're going to go through the 9, and then I'll give you the rules of the whole playing field. Okay. So connect. Number 2. So we just go write down our list here, everybody. You've heard these. We're starting out the year right. We're declaring. Declare your victory. That's why you have a target with a bullseye in it. The bullseye is the victory. If you want your health to have a target, the very center is your ideal weight, just the number. The very center is your fit body. The very center is cleansed organs and great circulation. The very center is everything you're calling forth. How you're getting there, going to the gym. That's an outside. How you're getting there, cleansing. That's an outside ring. How you're getting there, take your vitamins every morning. That's an outside ring to get the bullseye.
We do it 2 weeks in detail.
Pardon?
In 2 weeks, we do everything in detail.
Okay.
I declare.
So we'll do the I Declare lesson in detail in 2 weeks, and eventually that'll be the next book. So it'll be the I Declare book. So be clear, declare. Step 2, be clear about what you are truly seeking and ask for it. Have faith, focus, and be courageous. So this is one of the 7 absolutes. So you're talking about you have to go forth courageously. So asking Carisa is not going forth courageously. That's pushing it off on somebody else. You see, James Stevens, I'm just using that as the example. And so courageously is in front of your Heavenly Father and saying, where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord. The Bible's very clear about that. And so I'm here to bring you back to God and to keep you on that path. And he tells you that the only person you're trading with in this entire life experience is God. That's where your help comes from, the Lord. So we're declaring, and then we're going forth with faith in courageousness. 3, dominate. Receive your inheritance and put on your crown. Okay? Going forth as a dominator is a complete different situation than most of us go out in a day. And like Sylvie was saying, she was listening and still shaking when she was in front of the immigration officer. So step 3, dominate. Then God said, let us make men in our image according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Okay, so God gave us complete dominion, complete reign. few of us have yet to pick that leash up or that rein up and let it ride. So pick the reins up of your own life. And that's what blessed by the tongue that Sylvie and I have just, that's where you're going to see right in there. It says in the very first sentence, pick the reins of your life back up. And this group is blessed by the tongue. We're blessed first by God's tongue, and then he gave us each a tongue and gave us an opportunity to bless. So that's what that whole book is about. And so that's step 3, dominion. We got to understand our dominion. Put your crown back on, get your signature ring back on. You're the child of the Most High God, and you have his power. And possibly it is just yet to be used by you. And it starts with when you're trading with God, then you've got his power. If you're trading with man, you've got man's shit. All right. So step 4, be calm, align your head with your heart and have peace. Okay. So you can see the biblical words, how they play out in this list. And again, this is just inspired by God. So be calm and align your head with your heart. And so our head is telling us to do all kinds of things, have some fear of COVID, have this, oh my gosh, right? The doctors are in there talking to you, all kinds of things. So your head is trying to be in this world. Your heart is attached to your creator. So it isn't aligning your heart to your head, it's aligning your head to your heart. And what that really means is you got to take that little brain and you got to sit on it. And you got to lead with that green heart chakra that's spinning in and out on both sides, in and out, in and out. And that warm green heart chakra, if we can align with that, if it feels really good, then you're doing the right thing. If it feels really, really good to talk to God, then you're doing the right thing. If it feels really good, like who does it feel better to ask, your employer or God for something? God.
Right.
It feels so much better to go to God. So let's trust our gut feelings. And so be calm is a very simple step. Exhale. When you start feeling your day going like this and you're here, exhale and relax your shoulders and say, okay, let's start over. Step 1, I'm plugged in. 2, I'm declaring the outcome. 3, I'm a dominator. I was given already dominion 2,000 years ago with Christ and his blood on the cross. I was given the dominion. Am I going to choose to receive it and pick it up and get the reins to my life? Okay, so let us find our true north and head in that direction. And the true north is really an amazing thing. Your tongue can help you stay true north when you speak good things. Christine, we were just talking about this, right? What is our self-talk? Is our self-talk saying, yes, you can, Carisa, you're the child of God. Stay with it, stay focused, write it down, have a target. You're born with the solution already within you. Is our self-talk that encouraging? Or is our self-talk talking smack? And Christine shared something that she said, go ahead and just share it if you would with the group. Sometimes what your own self-talk is saying.
Yeah, I go back, Chrissy. As a joke, but and I realize that when I do something.
Right. Well, so what are we saying to ourselves?
I shouldn't say something or whatever. I go back, Chrissy, back, Chrissy.
We should say, very good. We can do better and better. It's always, there's always the greatest solution. So change your own self-talk. Yes, I can. I've got God with me. I'm the child of God. Start saying, either repeating your Bible verses or doing some kind of positive self-talk. And Receive Joy's made all these nice CDs for that purpose, that we can start hearing. If you're yet to say great things to yourself, put on one of our CDs and hear 1,000 great messages back at you. And if you hear them 1,000 times, they start sticking right into your subconscious. All right, step 5, take action. Focus on your breath and let the how be up to God. So when we take action, okay, that's as simple as if you think of the GPS in your car, and if it's yet to connect, you might just have to roll down the driveway just a little bit and reposition yourself. It's not anything more work. Some people are thinking work hard or relax, align your head with your heart, check your connection with God, and then roll out of your position with another exhale and an inhale and a smile and some laughter. And get the confidence back on, and then take your action step. Christine gave a great example when she texted the carpenter. And then just for the chair, her expectation was what she could believe. She could believe he had time to do her chair. And then she was rewarded with the whole kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. So God will meet you at whatever mustard seed faith belief you have, the tiniest little belief, he will be there if you will be there. So get to the little carpenter with the chair and he'll give you the kitchen. You know, it's so amazing what he'll do when we can take that first step of faith. And he's right there. So take action. And the action, like I said, if it's just exhaling, that's the action. If it's one little prayer, if it's lighting a candle, take some, if it's going to the dollar store and buying a little plaque that says, yes, you can, and you hang it right up in your kitchen, then that was an action step that you could take. So whatever action you can do, I love this form of action for me. Late at night, if something's before I go to bed, still up, I know that businesses are all closed. So I formulate an exact statement and I dial the phone number of whoever I'm calling, even if it's the government, and I know that they're closed at 5 o'clock, and I formulate that step and I read it to the answer machine of whatever picks up. And now I know that it was a second witness, there was a business there or something illusionary back there. And now I go to bed saying it's read out to the universe, God, my heart has been known. So be it. I leave it to you. I've traded with you, God, now. It's in your court. And I go right to sleep. And by the morning, by 8 o'clock, it is done. Every time. And for many, many people. So it's a proven method, guys. It's a proven method.
So and
will
it's
happen.
formulated that it is already. So she picks up the phone. Oh, thank you that you have done this for
Me already, that there's somebody else that can use this spot so that you'll refund my check in full. Everything that's written in the contract that you're going to get half payment, that you're going to pay me in full. My sister did this with her neighbor. You will refund the daughter's tuition in full. The spot can go to another great candidate who would love to take this class. Thank you for the immediate response that you're going to have this check cut immediately to me. And this lady had a $16,000 check. And it was a rehab program that her daughter was yet to attend. And they gave her back the $16,000. And the lady had walked in with my sister to the meeting, the Miraclegroup meeting that she held in California. And she walked in saying, oh, I'm never going to get this money back. And my sister says, oh, really? Have you stated it to God that you're willing to try, that you're willing to open your heart?
Negative.
That's right.
Statement to begin with.
So they just reformulated and said, let's see what God can do. Let's see what God's willing to do. And we know that God always says yes. So these are some great examples of big stuff. So just read it out to the universe. Like we said, send a letter somewhere. It doesn't even matter where it goes. It's going to God. So send it out there in any kind of form you can believe. Sylvie could believe in one more day. 6 months would have been a big stretch for her to ask for, but she could ask for one more day. And in the chair, you got the kitchen. In the day, she got the 6 months, and now it's 5 years. Okay? He will meet you where you are. Take the little action step of what you can believe. Go to the dollar store and buy the tablecloth, and you'll have the table. But do the $1 step. Take some action. 6.
So that's also our lesson we always do with digging ditches, and we will repeat that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And God said in the Bible, dig the ditches before there was even the first rain on earth. They had to do the ditches that it can fill with water, and it just appeared overnight.
Zero rain, just the ditches were full. Dig your ditches, God will fill them. And guess how he's going to do it? Miraculously. So be ready for the miracles. That's the only way God works, miraculously. So our receiving eyes and ears and heart have to be into the miracle world, because he is just going to make this happen. And it's going to be beyond our comprehension of the moment. So that's to me the fun and the excitement of the chair turns in the cabinet.
Like when you want to have dogs, you hang the leash, you put the water ball there. Or for me, like if I wanted to have like this other apartment with a big bathtub, yes, then I have all my bathtub things already, you know, my little scrubby for my bag and my face mask and my rubber ducky or whatever I require to have this 10-star bath experience. I get that even before I have a bathtub.
Did you say swimming mask? Big pool, huh? Oh, look out, here she goes.
Okay, so
Also, somebody was saying one time, if you're looking for your life partner, don't park your car in the middle of the garage. Park your car to the side of the garage.
Oh, did you hear that, Marianne?
And also, don't sleep in the center of the bed. Sleep on the edge.
She's
of the
giving
bed,
life partner
leaving
lessons. Wait,
room
okay. Okay, you gotta listen.
for a
Wait,
life partner.
Christine, you have to talk louder. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
come and say it to
I don't know
Marianne.
how to
Okay,
start it. Okay.
say those two things.
No, there's two things. If you're looking for a life partner,
Yeah,
don't park your car in the middle of the garage. Park your car on the side and
I
make,
do that. I already do it.
yep, and then sleep on the edge of the bed and leave the other side of the bed for a partner. So,
Okay, great.
and I prayed God to send one on my 17th birthday, but I prayed God to send me the person He had for me, and within maybe a week and 5 days, I started dating one guy, and my husband was his best friend.
Oh,
Sometimes,
nice.
so yeah, but those are kind of interesting things.
Yeah, so
And then-
it is fun. So prepare.
And if there's something
Prepare.
else that comes, whatever you're inspired or guided
Yes,
to, like
do it.
somebody gave me the idea, and which I have not applied until tonight. If there's some self-limiting beliefs that I can clear with NLP, well, just do that.
Just do it, right?
Just-
Right. Now there's all these YouTube videos. We're taking a tapping class online, right? Just do it. Just do it. Okay, so 6 is lead with love. And remember, let us love ourselves first and have grace. So this is where we check our own self-talk. Are we saying, oh, Carisa, good on you? Are we saying stupid? Some people say, oh, that was stupid about themselves. Why did you do such a stupid thing? Say, good on you. What a good thing. Better and better. You're always doing brilliant things, Carisa. You're so smart. So get your pom-poms out and start cheering yourself on. At the dollar store, they sell them. I have an entire garage collection of pom-poms, and we just get up there and do some cheers for yourself. Some kicks, and the whole thing. You have to start cheering yourself on because your subconscious has to know.
Sometimes as a lesson, because I learned how to do that when I was a cheerleader. In
Oh yeah, she was a
Germany.
cheerleader. Good.
Like
Yes, we will do that.
from
We will
trash
bring the
bags.
pom-poms. Yes.
From trash bags, we did that back then, and
You
it's
cut
the
'em
most
into the-
beautiful pom-poms.
Right.
With
And so
glitter.
cheering ourselves on is so important. And as we have less and less, free time, we cheer ourselves probably less and less. And now it's time to cheer ourselves more and more and more and more. So start cheering yourself on, lead with love yourself first. And then number 7, bless everyone and everything with love and gratitude. So the love is, dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well. So be your own dear friend. Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health. Talk to yourself as your own dear friend. And in the Miraclegroup, we had fun. It was my sister's story, the first time that she received a text. And please, everybody in here, when your friends text you, start your text, dear friend, like John did in the Bible. So always start your text, dear friend. And when my sister said, I've had this friend for 20 years, and the one time she started texting me, dear friend, I was like, wow, am I valuable in her life? So let's practice that. It's fun. If you're willing to buy into that, John himself, that's how he addressed his friends in the Bible, dear friend.
Name everything.
So we're now naming everything. All right. Step 7, bless everyone and everything with love and gratitude.
Do you have a name for your house? Do you have a name for your car? Do you have a name for your computer, for your cell phone, for your couch? Like, does your bed have a name? Name everything.
Okay, so right. So the fun is, if you have
That is love.
Never mind.
Moulin Rouge.
My bed is comfy.
so why do we do it? The fun is that if you have a pet, let's say, you know, and look how important the computer is to us, or our cell phone is. So when you have a pet, and Marianne's his cute little baby boy right there next to her, we give it a name, and Marianne, somehow that name meant something to you. Oh, she's got her pets there too. So the name means something, and every time you call that animal with that name, it's an endearing call. And it's really, how did you come up with Gemini?
Oh, because actually it was Gemini, and I had just got back from GIA graduate school, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can call him Gem for gemology.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's
for gemology. Okay, so, and it has
and for G, and I could call him G. You know what I mean? So
very
so
cute.
had the whole G thing going on.
Yeah. Oh, so it's so fun, you know. I mean, so when we start naming our house, so you have to name your new house.
Oh, it's already been named. It's the Ridgewood Peach, because it's on Ridge Street.
Okay.
And it's got the door is wood, the garage door is wood, and it's a peach house.
Oh, okay. So
cool.
Ridgewood Peace. Mine's the Miracle Palace. And then my North Carolina house is Happy Everything. And so so what's really fun is just start thinking, everybody, the car, your bike, anything that you use. Sylvie uses her computer so much, so she named her last computer Mackie.
Mackie, yeah.
Mhm.
And this one is T-Max. Because I wanted to have a travel computer, so Travel Max. T-Max.
Right. And so why do we do that? Because if we're in gratitude, things are endearing. And we talk about digging ditches, and they had the glass before the table, right? And as we start naming things, and the universe starts getting familiar, it wants to have your experience even happier. So the more we start playing with our own experience of life and being friendly with it, the universe brings friendliness and playfulness into your existence, and with it, wonder. So we love signs and wonders, and it'll bring wonder. So name everything, and be thankful. So rub your table and say, thank you, table, for serving us. And you know, this table has so much history. Like we say, when I rub the layer for Oscar and JJ with the prayer, and then Carmen with the prayer, and then the people in between that rented to Carmen, that bought the house, and then Sugar Soy, my girlfriend. And I'm gonna have to ask her if it was used when she got it, or if it was brand new.
People that don't know the story,
Yeah.
everything is connected. Like
From other people.
The furniture here that we got for free literally is connected to even her friends.
Right.
Past.
20 years ago.
She's sitting at her friend's
Table
that was given out.
that my friend had at her house that was now given to JJ, and they've never met 22 years ago. So what's so amazing, right, is that this was my dear girlfriend. So I smile, a double smile, triple smile as the layers, like I said, and the glass came from somebody else. So there's another layer on here.
Wow.
And I can pray over like 7 sets of people just by sitting in this chair. I literally rub it every time I come here and say thank you.
And it's so much more fun.
It's still serving us
when
20
you
years later in different forms.
Pray over all your things, and then even like share the name with others, and then it becomes so common. So even like when someone texts me and I'm like, oh, I'm already my purple one, they know that I'm in my bed.
What do you say, huh?
I'm already in my purple one.
Purple one is the mattress.
Yeah, it's the name of the
Purple
mattress.
mattress.
When it came into being, that it was like I talked so much about, I have the most amazing mattress there is. So and the mattress name then became the bed name. So just saying, so like whatever makes your heart like more connected to it, and even enjoy it more and be more thankful about it. Just
Right.
Everything has so much more meaning and so much attraction to us, and everything in your life is because you attracted it, and it is part of you. Every single
That's the only
item.
possibility. That's the only possibility. So that's why if we just take like this example, and I love this example because we've been coming now every 2 weeks to it. How did the table find me again, or did I find the table again? Or and look at all the hearts that it blessed, and the role at the table started as a dinner table at my girlfriend's house with little children, Now the children are 22 years old. They went to kindergarten together. Our kids, that's how I met the lady and that's why I was at her house, because our kids would play together.
Oh.
And so it's just so fun to
And
see.
I was probably at the table in 2006 as well.
Right. So Sylvie could have been at that place too.
Because I remember that we went to the
Dunes.
pool in the dunes where the table was. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I've sat on this table as well.
That's right. So
Amazing.
right. So when you get aware, because that's what we're here to breed is our awareness. It's in us already. We just have to grow it a little bit and let it breed into even better awareness. So step 8 is expect the miracle in every moment. Know the truth. Be conscious of what you create and allow yourself to receive your creations, okay? Your desires, your heartfelt desires, receive them. So trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Remember, he's gonna wow you. In all your ways, submit to him and he will make your path straight, okay? We're gonna get right to that bullseye if you ask him, if you trade with him, if you're connected to him. And he reminds us right there that it is lean not on your own understanding. This table, well, I'm just showing you.
Yeah.
How could I have kept track of somebody else's table for 22 years that I could sit it once again in the chair? It's the universe the table will find you.
Mm-hmm.
It will find you again if you lean not on your own understanding, lean on God's ability, which is the hope and glory. And that's what we all know. And now it's coming really real to us as we can see Sylvie and I, our grandparents 83 years ago, that this lesson tonight was formulated by two people coming in contact with the other. So the truth is, this whole life is miraculous. That's the truth. The whole life is. And yet if we go back, that's the fun, is Sylvie and I have enough awareness to go back and see it layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. Expect the miracle in every moment. And step 9 is have fun and celebrate. Enjoy your creation and rejoice. Trust God. So how do we show active faith, everybody? We show active faith by having a fun life. We know the next thing is already done, even if you call the answer machine at midnight. It's already done.
I love that.
Go wherever you can, do it however you believe it can be done. Say one day, and even if you want the 6 months, and then God knows that you really meant 6 months, ask for the day, go for the chair. One lady was here at the Miraclegroup, Betsy, your friend, remember, and she just was going fishing for a fish. She was going to catch that fish. And she just kept saying, I'm going for the fish. I have this fish. And they said, oh, you might have to return the boat and all that. And she says, I will return with the fish.
It was a calm weather.
And
the biggest fish.
Yeah. And she came back with her big fish. And she had pictures of it and all that.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it's just fun. So what is your fish? Go for it and come back with it. Receive the fish, receive it, come back with it. So here we go when we understand that those are the 9 steps. And every single one has to be there because God died on the cross and he gave us one command. He said it is finished, and then he says rejoice. Again I say rejoice.
Philippians 4.
Oh my gosh, are we really doing the only thing he left for us to do is rejoice? Again I say rejoice.
No, people like to suffer.
Yes. Sinner, suffer, suffer. Oh my goodness. So here we are, and that's why I love go home with your fish. Whatever your fish is, however big you want your fish, the joy is it's for us to receive, and it's a muscle that it's time to build, and we're doing it with our pens. So how do you get what you want? You wave your wand over it because it's beyond your understanding. Your wand is your word, and God already gave us his word, and his word is I will. It's for us to say yes. He already said I will. It's already done. Everything's there. Can you really believe in your heart and match the vibration that you can say yes and receive it? It's already here. He said, I answered you before you asked. Gosh, are we living like that? He gave it to us before we asked. And then why are you asking Carisa? So you're either going to him to receive your gift, or you're asking the next guy for your gift, or your paycheck from somebody else, or this from somebody or that from somebody else. So the idea is if you ask God, he will trickle it. He'll have the table find you. He'll have 83 years ago that already set up Sylvie and I to write this book. 83 years ago, he had it done with grandparents and my mother and 2 Germans sitting right here in America, delivering this forward to all of you who I say it about our group over and over. And I know Sue's heard this for 20 years, is we are such a divine group. If we're the only ones on the planet, then we have to be okay with that can understand that God did a complete work, Jesus did, and it's now to just rejoice. And it's up to us to pick up our little happy hat and our smile and our
everyone
laughter.
here is here by invitation.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was invited by God personally, through someone maybe, but it was an invitation. You had to be here today to hear something.
That's right. And so every time we tune in, there's some encouragement that just happens. And so now you get the background of the 9 steps and how it came to be and how it is an exact cookie mix. You just turn it over, a cake mix. And if you just everything, if you want fabric, like my mother going to the fabric store, do the 9 steps. And if you still are yet to see it, go back in the store, do it again, and go back in the store and do it the 3rd time. It will be there out of the thin air. Be ready for it to appear out of the thin air, because that's how God works. So he doesn't need paper. He doesn't need you to show up. He doesn't need anything from us. It's already done. So just be more aware, and go in the 3rd time rejoicing, giving thanks in advance, and being more aware by doing the steps. And by the time you do all the steps, then you'll see the fabric. And for the same price you ask, for the amount of yards you ask, like my mom, she said, if my daughter was in the store, that fabric would be here. She went in the 3rd time and she came out with her fabric. So see, she could believe that I could do it. So she could go into Joann's here in Naples and go in and get it.
Right.
So declare it however you want, If my sister could do it, she was telling me she was in a store for a 2-for-1 sale. And when she got to the counter, they said, that one doesn't go with that one. It's not part of the sale. She says, oh, I really love this other shirt. So she turned around and said, hello, my name is Chris. I'm here to buy these 2 shirts for your 2-for-1 sale. Thank you so much. I love both these shirts. Same lady rang it right up and said, oh, absolutely. It's so nice that you shopped with us. Have a nice day. So now are we setting our own stage, and then we can reset our own stage? And my sisters just prove it to me all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, you didn't take 1 step. You turned around.
Wow.
And you just redeclared, hello, my name is, I'm here to do this now. Before you might have been less than courageous.
Right.
This time, turn around, smile, and be courageous. And I did that with CDs at Office Depot. I was telling Sylvie, I shared the story last time with you guys, when there was nothing on the rack, and I got the front counter guy to go with me. And I turned around and said, I'm here to buy those CDs for sale. I need 2 big packs of them. And the shelf was empty. He said, well, I'm not quite sure. So I turned around. I said, I'm ready for my CDs. I turned around, there's 2 big stacks. He said, where did those come from? I said, God, I'll buy them. Let's go.
Wow.
So you can.
You wanted to say something, right?
Go ahead.
I was going to pick up on you were talking about inviting, and that we're all here by invitation, and the divine order of everything that there recently, and I won't get into my son's personal details, but had this come any too much sooner, Stephen wouldn't have been financially in a place to be able to take 30 days away and be here with me. And so I look at the divine timing of everything. Of God knew that this was brewing in my stomach, in my gut, my gallbladder, and yet in his divine timing waited and allowed my body to keep functioning until everything was lined up, so that in Stephen's life, unbeknownst to all of us, that he could drop everything in his life, be in a position to be able to say, I can come for 30 days, Dad, and come down here and be here. And the only thing I've said since he got here, and it's been in my mind, was we needed to be here at this Miracles group.
Right. So that you can see that life is by design. And if you have less than what you really desire, it's only for one reason. You went into the pizza parlor and forgot to order of life. Okay. So you're either ordering every single day or you're eating other people's pizza. So if you're eating a lot of other people's lunch or dinners, it's simply, and that means that's in every area of your life, financially, physically, that is spiritually, that's emotionally, that's work related. So remember, you're here baking your own cookies. And if you burn some batches, throw them away fast. Bake another batch. Just start over again. Here's the 9 steps, start over. So the 7 absolutes, to just to give an overview of that, the 7 absolutes are the playing field. And we've talked about this many times, but I'll go through it one more time. Was Susan in the bathroom?
No, she.
Oh, okay. So I'll say it for everybody's sake, though. The 7 absolutes are the playing field.
We will go into
So-
them after this
yes.
10 lessons. We
Yes,
can do that
yeah,
again.
we'll do it again. I'm just going to give you, so you can write them down and you can look further into them. There's many lessons that we have on MTM and they're recorded, but you have to know the playing field. And this is why Jesus was successful, because he played by his own rules. So the universe was set up that all molecules are waiting patiently until there's an asking. 0 can happen until there's an asking. That's why Jesus raised his hands up and asked his Father always first, before anything happened. He connected to God and did an asking. And when he was with people, he said to all the people he healed, "What is it I can do for you? What can I do for you? How can I assist you?" There was an asking.
Right.
Okay. And the person asked for their eyes or their ears or their blood issue or whatever. They asked. They ask in their own heart or with words. So ask. Second thing is editing. So why do we edit our words? If our asking has yet to be formulated properly so that the universe and God can really know our bullseye, you know this when we did the bullseye, you can go back in now and add more things to your targets. So let's get a real asking and then let's edit it. Let's check every word. Are we really saying what we mean? And are we saying it in positive words? And are we declaring it now? Or are we saying, oh, in 5 years or tomorrow, or maybe someday, or in God's time? And then you think God takes time to do anything. So watch what you're thinking, guys, and watch what we're saying. So there's only now, everything happens right now, and your order is done and now. So the 7 absolutes start with the power of your words with an asking. So a word has to be declared. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God.
And it better be positive.
Okay. So if a word is absent, this is how much creation's happening. 0. Your word has to be spoken over it. It's your wand. You have to wave your word in prayer, in supplication, in desire. You have to wave your word over it. As soon as you wave your word over it, it shall be. So Jesus always asked and waved his words over the people. He said, your sin is forgiven. He said, or I can say, blind eyes see. What would you prefer? But he waved his word over it. And you could say it many different ways. We can all say our greatness however we want to. Wave your word over it. So power number 1, there's a word that has to be spoken. 2, it has to be in an asking form with a solution. What are you asking for? What's the bullseye here? Number 3, 2 batteries. So we're editing our words right when we're doing our asking, and then we need 2 batteries. So why did Jesus need 12 disciples? He was totally a capable guy, right? And then when he sent them out in what? 2s, remember? After he left, he said, you go forth in 2s. So there was already why do we have a Trinity? Jesus, it was God and the Holy Spirit. So 2 or 3 come together in my name, there I shall be also. Have a prayer partner, have an accountability partner. These great lessons and books that are now in form that we can sit here and share, besides just storytelling, it's because Sylvie and I got together. If that piece was out here, it wouldn't be in written form, guys, you know? So the blessing is when 2 or 3 come together, you've got another energy. When we went to Costa Rica, the only reason we got there is because my miracle member, Catherine, who we've been manifesting partners for 25 years, she had already been there. She said, let's go take people, let's go there. And we did this retreat there. So it happened because I was with somebody else. And then Sylvie helped all the written stuff that we got it, the workbooks and all that. So 2 batteries. One flashlight takes 2 batteries. You want to be the light of God? Get a prayer partner. High five them, contact them, have them initial your stuff, pay to have them go. Whatever it takes, it's the best money you'll ever spend. Have somebody interested in you that can high five you, say thumbs up you, print, initial your paper, whatever it is. We're here. We've got this whole group. Have people sign your book. And then step 4 is, absolute 4 is be it to attract it. Be it to attract it. Vibrations. Now we're talking about vibrations.
Be the matching
yes.
frequency.
If you're in a problem vibration, the solution has a different vibration. That's why you write the bullseye and you get your body dancing in the bullseye. Okay. And you dance in the bullseye. If you have a cell phone and you need to get in range, you got to move. You got to move into range. Get into the range of your asking. Get into the range of your asking. And so that's if you've yet to have it, you got to check these absolutes and see which one. Do you have a second? Have you done your asking? Have you edited your words? Are you using words? Are they positive? Is it in the now? Be it to attract it. Am I matching the frequency? And it's okay. Do you see how you get there? Christine held off, and she was a little upset that she was holding off because she's a list person. She likes to get things done. And then all of a sudden, one day, something felt a little easier, and it was a chair. And since she went with the chair and she could get there with the chair, she could make the call. So she just rose to her own occasion and just went with it. So that's what Abraham Hicks calls being ready to be ready, to be ready, to be ready to receive it. So the chair helped you get there.
Yeah.
And so thank God for the chairs, thank God for the 1 days. Thank God for the get out of the hospital and take a walk or drive me down there. Thank God for the step of him getting here. And now his whole life can be manifested in 30 days. And he can be, the top person in any department he wants or any compartment that he wishes. So be it to attract it is 4. 5 is the power of confidence. We have to walk like Jesus, smell like Jesus, talk like Jesus, act like Jesus, have the confidence of the child of the Most High God. We are the sons of creation power. And it's time to put our crown back on. I say it, put your signature ring on your finger, get your cape flowing, and start walking in total faith. The hope of the glory of God means it's already done. Are we acting like that? Are we going, oh, I hope I get the job? That is not the hope in the Bible. The hope in the Bible is I'm the only man for that job. That is only my job. I created the whole thing. I created everything around it and all the people there.
Yeah.
And of course I'm going to come out having it.
I mean, the miracle about Betsy, like I sat with her for 1 tea and she was out of a job for like 2 years, whatever.
Yeah.
We sat down one time. I was like, it's enough. You have a job. And she starts on the 25th in her dream job, whatever she wanted. So it's easy. So get a second energy that that can believe and hold the matching vibration for you.
Okay, so if your vibrations are getting a little wobbly, then get in a group like this or get somebody or hire somebody, pay somebody that can hold the frequency. And that's the same thing with health. So the reason that I've been a success with health for other people, and I'm glad that I just stay in my frequency and they can come to me. And I know zero about really what's going on with them. And that's okay. I like it that way. They want to bring me all the reports and all that. I said, that was yesterday. You're well now. Let's just go for the wellness right now. And as we go for the wellness now, people get better and better and better and better. And so hold that vibration for each other and hold it strong, or meet people that can hold it, either because they're, let's talk, they let things go, which is great. They're just happy. Everything just goes. And you're like, they're all, that didn't bother you? That whole big blah, 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 blah. What? Perfect. Befriend those kind of people who are like, oh, that was yesterday. I got 10 more. I love it. This was the greatest example. I had some really wealthy friends when I was in college, and I was skiing with their family. And we were in Vegas, it was Vegas, and they were gambling. And One went to the bathroom and he lost his wallet. It flushed it down the toilet or whatever. The lady got her purse stolen and they're still gambling. Like, well, do we have like an American Express? Yeah, let's just go get some more money off the American Express card. Meet you back at the table in 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, it doesn't even matter. They're on vacation. They're just having a grand old time. And I'm like, that's what God had in mind for all of us. There's more.
Right.
There's more. So some plastic went down the toilet. My money, you know, it's just paper, you know, okay, the bank's got more out in the morning. I'll go to the bank or whatever, get some more. It's all good. It just was so great. They didn't miss one round of the cards, you know. It was so great. It was so funny, right? Not a thought of, oh, well, they both came back. Well, somebody just stole my, oh, I just flushed my thing down the toilet. Let's get back to the table. Come on, you know. I just thought, oh my good. I'd be like, okay, my driver's license, you know, this and that. The whole thing was gone for both of them. They knew they'd get home somehow, right? And they're on a flight and all this. They knew that document, so I didn't. And maybe their passports were in the. It was just so funny. I was like, wow, this is the way to live. So do that, guys.
I like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So get an accountability partner, get a second partner, be it to attract it. Step 5 is the power of confidence, like those people. Step 6 is the power of praise. Jesus raised his arms in praise of his heavenly Father first, even when he was nailed to the cross.
So that's give the Thanksgiving first. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah, you got to start. It starts with praising him. Praise him. That is an absolute. That is when Jesus fed the 5,000, the first thing that happened is his arms went up in the air. So let's all just do that first. Arms up in the air.
Up in the air. Hallelujah.
Right. Hallelujah. That's the first thing. When you're ready to ask in the morning, when you wake up, just raise your hands up and say, okay, here I am. Now I'm going to give you the list. Yeah. So raise your hands up in the gratitude and thanksgiving. That's all. It's simple. It shows it in the Bible. They won battles when their arms were up. So if your words are yet to come out and you're just raise your hands up a few times on the way to the bathroom in the morning and say, here I am, God. And just you raising the hands, and that's an acknowledgement. And that puts you in the position of will win. So all the people would go to the prophets before they went into battle, right? And the prophets went and raised their hands up.
Well, it's just physiologically, it creates a sense to raise your hands.
I'm coming to
a sense
you.
of joy and confidence.
Interesting when you watch the prophets speak. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they all raise their hands up.
Yes.
So
like
all
the
we have to do
antennas.
is what Jesus, just raise your hands up.
That's what they're doing, and they're just speaking. It's flowing right through them.
So it's one action, and it is the action, and it's part of the steps. Remember this, you got to raise your hands up. Then you win. You raise your hand up, that V for victory, you know, the big V for victory. So raise your hands up. So it's the power of praising God. Thank you, Jesus. I'm ready for a great day, you know. And then 7th is the power of faith. And that is, faith is rejoicing. So if you have yet to rejoice, that means smiling and laughter, and that in your day, you got to get the smile back on your face. And it has to be every hour. You got to be smiling 5 minutes every hour. So it's whatever it takes. Smile. Yeah, we literally have to put that back on, because God said one of the absolutes is it's time to rejoice. He's coming back as a wedding festival. Okay, a wedding is the biggest celebration of your life.
So by the way, I mean, with all the times we went through the daily asking journal, there was still one thing we had yet to explain. We have the smiley face here, and it's a reminder.
Yeah, that's why the smiley face is on every day, every page.
Smile. Oh,
So when you hit that box, you got to do that, and then do it 10 times, right?
And then
So-
raise your hands.
And raise your
Yeah,
hands
raise
up
your
in the air, right?
Praise the Lord.
That's right. So the power of faith, and remember, faith is believing before you see it. That's what we're building the muscle here together, is believing it before you've seen it. So this wedding celebration, this Galilean wedding celebration, is a big deal. The wedding celebration it's the biggest celebration of your life. Are we living, and like James says, count it all joy? Joy is a destination. So when this book, the author's title, and we're called Receive Joy, we're here to help you get to your destination. That's what this entire company was formed on. That's what God brought us together 83 years ago, through our ancestry. And it's to show that the ultimate reality of why we all came here was to count it all joy. And when finally people can do that, finally in this generation, then Jesus can come back, because he said, I will come back when it's a wedding celebration.
Mhm.
So are we smiling enough? Are we playing enough music? Are we dancing? Are we laughing enough? Even us in this room. If this is all he's got,
Having our oil
are we
ready.
able to do it? Is our oil and our lamps, and are we in our white gowns celebrating? Do we have our little movements ready? Are we excited about every chair? And the chair leads to the cabinets, and the cabinets lead to a beautiful house, and the house leads to more happiness, right? And more people that can come over and have shelter to rest in. So are we seeing the joy? Are we counting it all joy? So that final step, the power of faith, is, are you doing what you promised God when you came here? That you would come here and you would count it all joy. And joy would be your destination.
Show again the Blessed by the Tongue title.
Yeah.
So I have something really exciting for you to share. So this Blessed by the Tongue is written. It's at editing right now and then formatting. However, I already put it on Amazon for $1. So for the download version. So you can already pre-order. So if you go on Amazon, Blessed by the Tongue, or just ask me for the link, or search for Receive Joy. I mean, by now, after 3 years, I made an author page for Receive Joy on Amazon.
Right.
So you can find it through that. So Blessed by the Tongue is now ready for pre-order, and the release date is March 17th. So then it's when it will be delivered for joyful celebration. Green, I
Yeah.
love green and blue.
Yes.
And also one more thing. Yeah. So here. For everyone who has Ask and You Shall Receive as a book, and we encourage everyone to read that first. There was like at one time a friend, a Miraclegroup member, who asked, like besides the daily asking journal, how can I make it light and easy? How can I go through the book with a list? Because
like
we
all the classes we did, like to do the little
so
exercises.
so I put together like it's a 4-page thing on one piece of paper that has all the exercises. So go through it again.
So if you want to know if you're
Ask and You Shall
caught
Receive
up,
is such an overview work, and we go deeper and deeper in our Miraclegroup meetings here, and then in our books that go deeper and deeper. However, this is the overview. And so if you want to have an overview of all the exercises, take one of these sheets of paper. And for everyone who did that already with us last year and the year before, because we went through all the exercises again, it's a new year, so maybe it's time to really check, are you up to date? Is your life, is your pizza still to your taste? So take one. And also one more thing, for the new members, you have in your little pouches, you have a little card, a little blue card. That's our reward card. So for everyone, even for the old members, so whenever you buy purchase a product, like a book, a journal, I give you like a little stampy thing, my little signature, my little witnessing on there. And if you have 5 or 10 of those things written out by me, so remind me, Laura, like that I stamp yours. And then you have some amazing freebies coming your way with 10 things, because it's really easy to accumulate that, because we use like the daily asking journal every day. So ideally by the end of the year, you have 4 of these filled in. And then by the end of the year, when
you got your life scripted
when you
every
go
day
through that, it's amazing what comes out. So it's a platform, it's a tool that we developed to help you the light and easy way to make the best pizza order ever. And today, so we always at the end of each meeting, we go into our Focus Wheel Workbook. And we do a Theta Healing and imprinting. So this is a whole book with beliefs. And
what number are we today? 40?
Today we are on 43, because I thought like the best way to end our meeting today with the 9-step method is like, I believe in miracles. And we all have to imprint that we believe in a lot of miracles. So did you do that?
I did it.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, sorry.
That's good.
That's the first one I did. No, look.
So for all the, you have an empty one. So right in the middle, I believe in miracles. And if you come here more than once, 43. And if you come here more than once, we highly encourage you to get this workbook, because we do another wheel every single time. and we imprint it. And Donna was with us in the Theta Healing class. She knows how powerful this Theta Healing is.
Yeah.
And you experience this so many times with us here, what we're doing. It takes a moment, but by the end, you're so refreshed and you have like such a good outlook on life. And when you walk out here tonight, everyone is so excited about more and more miracles, signs, and wonders.
Good. And also, I have been asking if anyone is yet to review any of these products on Amazon. It's so helpful. They would like us to have 100 reviews so they can keep printing the books. It's so wonderful that they do it all.
There's a how-to page if you grab one. And
so
please,
even the journals, if you can.
So more than 5 words, then
Yeah.
it counts. So just use your Amazon account, just write, even for the, love the Miraclegroup, where we use this material, whatever sentence you wish come out. You help us a great deal. We come here, we do that happily for you. That's our asking for you guys. Please review the product.
Just so Amazon
Just
can
one.
keep printing.
Yeah.
So they kind of like you to have 100 reviews. We have 53 on Ask and You Shall Receive, but each of these notebooks shall be reviewed. So even if you can write 6 words, and it can be about Sylvie and I too. So the whole idea is learning something.
And I can
Great.
send you the links. Just send me an email. Email is really easy. It's ask@receivejoy.com. And I send you all the links that you just click. I can even pre-write you reviews. That's light and easy for you, because that helps us a great deal.
Yeah.
To be in this worldly place.
and using them as a platform. So they want to know that you've got 100 viewers every year. And we have yet to really have pushed this to ask people to do this because we're busy writing new books. So it's so great to have a book instead of a bunch of papers that we've been giving out. I know, Sue, over the years, all these papers we handed out, right? It's nicer to have the books, right? Yeah. So it is such a blessing to have them.
No, we don't have the book. We need to get the book.
Which one?
You bought one for both of you.
Oh, do we?
The Ask and You Shall Receive, you bought one.
Oh, okay, then it's at your house, because then I have it there for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the manual. That's the book that
starts
everything.
everything. That's the
And
overview.
then, so that's the overview. That's why we like you to read that one first.
Oh, and I don't have that one.
No, you
Yeah,
have
you
that
have
one.
that one.
Oh, okay.
You buy 2
bought
copies?
No, 1 copy.
1 copy. Okay,
Yeah,
so
one
there's
copy.
one. So that's just the way it came downloaded first. So that's the overview. We'll always reference back to that, and then everything will be steps from. This is the overview of miracles. So receive, yes, and it's an easy read. It's a 3-hour read, cover to cover, large.
And I
font.
always say, like, because it's large print, it's 16 point, and it's short chapters, it's like a toilet reading.
Right.
Which one?
The Ask and You Shall Receive. So you can just, open wherever you have Bible verses, you have exercises.
Exactly. Gallbladder, right?
Every hour on the hour.
That's
Oh my
right.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very easy read. And I encourage everybody, fill the books right in the books, right in your books.
And even if you read the books like in 2017,
they're very
read it
inexpensive.
again, because like you're so much more evolved, you're so much more advanced.
Take a different color pen and make more notes.
It's a different layer, because like we say, the first time you read, you get out 3 things. What is important for you right now? When you read it again, so I had this really funny story at one point where, we have a whole chapter about how to create your divine mission. There's a whole chapter in it. And there is one Miraclegroup member, she came like every single time for a year. And then we went back to the divine mission, and she was asking us, did you ever talk about that? I was like, did you read Ask Me, Shall Receive? Yeah, 3 times. Yeah, it's from page so-and-so to so-and-so. And she had yet to see it. It was like, she was not yet at the point to see that piece in her life. So when you go back in and read it, it's like, as Carisa said, so divinely inspired that it's layer after layer. And for you, it's like also a living word with living word in it from the Bible, that it's just whatever you require in this moment, you will receive as your next step and your guide.
All right, I believe in miracles.
So what can we already believe about? I believe in miracles, and
I am healed.
I am healed.
Right on.
Okay.
And I wrote down, God promises miracles, signs, and wonders. So fill in the spokes.
What is
like
it,
with-
God?
Promises, miracles,
fill in
signs, and
just
wonders.
Whatever, like on the spoke.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's what can you already believe about I believe in miracles?
Jesus did a complete job on the cross.
And so we can take some of our Bible verses. It says, ask and it shall be given unto you. So the Bible tells us, so that there's miracles. And we can also believe that miracles happen every day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Miracle-
I'm going to write down,
that's a good statement.
I have witnessed many miracles.
Mhm. Mm.
I've written down everything is a miracle.
Mhm.
God is supernatural.
Dan, what can you believe about miracles already?
What can I believe about miracles?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I believe that they happen.
Great, miracles
yeah.
happen.
Life is miracle.
Mhm. Miracles happen. Okay,
Stephanie, what can you believe about miracles?
That I am a divine creator. I believe I am a divine creator.
I believe that too.
Amen.
Okay.
I
Oscar,
believe we're-
what do you
yes.
believe about miracles?
Miracles are always waiting for me.
Miracles are here for me.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, how about you?
Miracles happen when you believe.
Yes.
What was that?
Miracles happen when you believe.
Well, miracles happen. Let's alter that just a little bit. Miracles happen and you see them when you believe.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
they're here.
That's it. That's what I meant to say.
And we see them.
Perfect, I love it.
We see them when we believe.
Ellen, is there anything you wish to add?
I believe in miracles.
What about your
Miracles
God?
believe in me.
What's that?
What about your God? You can talk about it.
God is supernatural.
Mhm.
God is with me always.
Yeah, let me put that down. God is with me.
God is with me always.
And I have God as my everlasting supply.
I have one.
Yep.
I believe in miracles because I am one.
Mm-hmm. We know that.
Mhm.
I second that, girl.
Yeah.
You are. And your smile.
Mhm.
Your smile is a miracle.
Amen to that.
That's right. And your hospitality.
James Stephen, is there anything you wish to add?
Love you.
My life is a sequence of ever increasing miracles.
Yes.
It's great.
It is.
The beauty is we're moving through this. It just, like you said, life just keeps getting better and better because we're getting
Right.
more and more dialed in, more and more
Yes.
in touch.
And we're in range.
Yeah.
We're in range. We're ready to be ready to be ready. And it's happening more and more. And we're seeing it. And we're seeing it. And we're seeing it. And we're holding it. And we're using it. And
Okay.
and you
Sabrina or
can ask
Sue, any one of you wish to add something?
Miracles surround us.
Yeah.
Yes. Sue, how about you? Wait, Sue, I got one for you. Sue's living proof. Miracles happen. 20 years we've been manifesting together. Big stuff too. The stuff she comes up with is great.
So unmute yourself. Yes, you go down to the right, bottom left. Yes.
There you go. Hi, honey.
Yeah. Well, one thing I have to say, when some people say words, I can't hear them because they're so quiet. But when you repeat it, I can hear it. So I missed a couple, but I pretty much agree with all the other ones. It's fabulous. It's a miracle to be a believer.
Yeah, there you go. It's a miracle
It's
to
a
be a
miracle
believer.
to be a believer.
That's for
great.
sure.
Yeah.
I just came up with it.
Awareness.
And thank you for being my friend for all these years, darling.
Oh, you especially. Wait, you
Can you
saved
imagine
me.
it? Oh
You
my
saved me.
Awareness
Right
makes
back
me
at
see.
you. Yeah, we save each other always.
How about I believe in miracles because every day is a new day.
Yeah, every day is awesome.
Okay. I think we're good.
All right.
I have plenty. Otherwise, we are up there for a long, long time.
Okay, you can make two. So we can make two circles.
Yeah.
So just gather together, just a chain with your hands. Just grab hands to each other, and we're just going to imprint all this goodness with our Theta Healing. Donna, the professional over there, can lead that group.
Well, we got to connect if it's going on.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
no, we can hold hands.
You can do it. Yeah.
Do the circle over there with Donna.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Okay, sit down.
Because
Yeah.
I can extend if I stand up.
No, that's okay. We just do two circles. It's
Okay,
perfect.
that'll work.
So just make sure.
Or chain. It's fine.
Please make sure when you do the circle that one hand, like your left hand, is in the open position and the other one is in the giving. So
Okay, so
receiving and
let's switch.
giving.
Okay, so I
Left
should
hand is open.
receive on my
That's
left.
right.
So I got
Yeah.
it. This
So left hand flat up, facing up.
way. Right hand down.
Yeah, you can kneel down or you can bring chairs. Yeah, if you guys.
And whoever sits singly can open both hands because we are giving, so you can just receive. Everything works.
Okay, so just like tapping, we're putting in
So
better belief systems.
Make sure you are like grounded to the earth with your feet or with your, I see like you're kneeling, that's perfect. So just envision, like close your eyes first. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. And what it does is a 3 deep breath already connects us. Our brainwaves change from being in beta all day, it changes into the theta. And imagine that you inhale love and everything that is good, and exhale everything that you wish to let go. And now envision yourself as a ball of light inside you. So you gather all your light particles from every cell in your body and form it to a beautiful ball of light. And this is the essence of you. This is your soul. This is everything. Because we know our body on earth is only a part of us. So we are taking this essence now and we are bringing it to the Creator directly. And before we do that, send this ball of light out into the earth, however you're connected to the earth, with your knees, with your feet. Send it out into the earth. And while it's in the earth, gather all the grounding energy. And then come back up into your feet and disperse all the grounding energy you just collected into your body. And once you have done that, imagine that your ball of light comes out of the crown of your head and it circles above your head. And you can look down at you, this physical being that is now sitting in a chair on the carpet. or on the bed, wherever you are. And then look at yourself from outside. Witness yourself and see if you have a color. And just see this light that you are. And now take your light. And we are going to go to the Creator directly. So we go up and up, higher and higher. And as we go up higher and higher, we go also faster and faster. So we are leaving this house where we're in, and the county, and the state, and the country. And we're leaving Earth behind, into the solar system, into our galaxy, along all the stars. And then we're coming to 7 layers of white light and black light. And we go through this layer of white light and black light. And once we go up and up, higher and higher through these layers, we come to a layer of golden light. And in this golden light, there's all your masters, all your guardian angels, all your helpers. We acknowledge that and we go on, because now we come into a sticky layer. And the sticky layer has many colors, because here is all the laws that make us functional. And we talked about these absolutes that are here in place. And we know the law of attraction and the law of karma, the law of grace, law of lift, and that some laws are higher than others. So we're going through all these layers. And once we come out on the other side, we see an entrance of a vortex. And you can imagine it as a rectangular opening. And you just go inside. And once you emerge on the other side, you're in a complete different, what we call dimension. And right here, you realize that your ball of light that you were before is now completely mixed and merged with everything, with like a pearl luminescent light that is called the source. And it's here where we feel the absolute emotion and feeling of love and bliss, happiness. This is where we came from. And we realize that since everyone is in the same soup, we are all oneness. We are all one. And there's a different level other than the physical atoms that we form, that is 99.9% space. We are in the space now. And here, right here, we have the ultimate connection, the complete connection to source. And here we realize what it means, like I am created in his image. I'm the co-creator of everything. Here I can fulfill all matter in a way that it manifests where my body lives in that dimension. So if we command from here, if we declare and command, we know it has direct, immediate impact on the matter we use on Earth, because that is a mere shadow of what's going on here. So we also see it's like a feeling of being face to face with Creator, having this personal conversation. But he's outside of us, inside of us, all around us. We are, I am. So it's here that we declare our statement that we believe in miracles. So please repeat after me. Dear Creator of all that is.
Dear
Creator of all that is.
I command.
I command
That I know what it feels like to believe in miracles.
that I know what it feels like to believe in miracles.
Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It is done.
It is done.
It is done. It is done.
Now show me.
Now show me.
Take another deep breath and just notice, witness what's coming. Because in order to imprint something, we have to first download the feeling that we know what it feels like. to believe in miracles. And now you're getting the download directly into every cell of your body, into every molecule, into everything that is your being, that you know what it feels like to believe in miracles. So take it all in. If it had yet to be part of your blueprint, it's now added. It's in your DNA. So you might want to look at your pineal gland. That's changing right there. It's a switch goes on that makes you believe in miracles. Complete super belief in miracles. And now that you've witnessed that, repeat after me again. Dear Creator of all that is.
Dear
Creator of all that is,
I command
I
command
that I believe in miracles.
that I believe in miracles.
Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now show me.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now show me.
And now see the shift, like what is this, the feeling, and now we have it imprinted completely. I believe in miracles.
I believe in miracles.
Yes. And now we imprint every single statement, every affirmation, be it collected into our subconscious, that this is part of us. So please repeat after me. Dear Creator of all that is.
Dear
Creator of all that is,
I command
I
command
that my subconscious
that my subconscious
fully accepts
fully accepts
the following statements and believe them as true.
the following statements, and I believe them as
Be
true.
true.
I am healed.
I am
healed.
It's a miracle to be a believer.
It's a miracle to be a believer.
Jesus did a complete job on the cross.
Jesus did a complete job on the cross.
I am living proof.
I
I
am
am
living
living
proof.
proof.
Ask and it shall be given unto you.
Ask and it shall be given unto you.
Say again, and unto me.
And
Unto
unto
me.
me.
Unto me.
Miracles happen every day.
Miracles happen every day.
Life is better and better.
Life is better and better.
I witnessed many miracles.
I've witnessed many miracles.
Miracles surrounds us.
Miracles surround us.
Everything is a miracle.
Everything is a miracle.
God is supernatural.
God is supernatural.
God is with me always.
God is with me always.
I'm a divine creator.
I am a divine creator.
God is my everlasting supply.
God is my everlasting supply.
Miracles are here for me.
Miracles are here for me.
I am a miracle.
I am a miracle.
Miracles happen and I see them when I believe.
Miracles happen and I see them when I believe.
Awareness makes me see.
Awareness makes me see.
My life is a sequence of ongoing miracles.
My life is a sequence of ongoing miracles.
Every day is awesome and new.
Every day is awesome and new.
God promises miracles, signs, and wonders.
God promises miracles, signs, and wonders.
Miracles happen all the time.
Miracles happen all the time.
I have seen plenty of miracles in my life.
I have seen plenty of miracles in my life.
God is in the miracle business.
God is in the miracle business.
God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
God is a miracle maker.
God is a miracle maker.
And miracles are everywhere.
Miracles are everywhere.
I recognize the miracles around me.
I recognize the miracles around me.
I enjoy being wowed by God's miracles.
I enjoy being wowed by God's miracles.
I keep track of the miracles in my life.
I keep track of the miracles in my life.
I receive miracles daily.
I receive miracles daily.
I ask for miracles every day.
I ask for miracles every day.
I believe in miracles.
I believe in miracles.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done.
Now show me.
Now
show me.
God.
So witness how all these statements resonate. Maybe you receive new insights.
And notice the colors.
Maybe there's something you have to leave on God's altar here right now in order to receive more miracles in your life. And do it now. Just leave it here. Give it to God's light. It served you in the past, and now something else serves you. So you can leave it here. You have this new found belief in miracles. So everything that is on the opposite of that, leave here. And notice how it leaves your body and goes into God's light. Send it there. Thank it for serving you until now. Because you now receive the truth. You rediscovered the truth again. And since we are here, take this moment and leave anything else here that you wish to leave here, or ask God whatever He wishes to reveal to you in this point of time. So take this moment and keep on inhaling all the goodness and exhaling and letting go of the rest. So take this moment and see what else comes or goes from you. And if it's just this moment to bath in this love and light, this bliss, this happiness, this pearl essence light, that you know that you came from, and you will come here again whenever you wish. And after you transpass your earthly experience, you will be back here completely. So just take whatever you require for the lifetime you've chosen to come to. Look at your blueprint again. What is your ideal self? And take everything that you require for that. And leave everything that is the opposite. And then, once you're ready and you take another deep inhale and exhale, imagine that you're completely washed and bathed into this beautiful light again. Every particle, so gather all your particles again into this ball of light and have the shower of light. And we enjoy being here. However, on earth, there's so much more we have to enjoy and do. That's why we came there. So now it's time to go back. So take all your particles from the oneness and the illusion of separation and go back through the vortex and back to the sticky layer and back through the golden light where all, thank everyone who's helping you, and know you can call on your angels and everyone there at all times. Just go back through this golden layer and back through the 7 layers of dark light and white light and come back to our universe and our galaxy, our solar system, honing into Earth, right to your body wherever you are. And go back into the crown of your head. So everyone chooses their own body, please. And come out of the soles of your feet again, or wherever you touch the earth. And again, take grounding energy. And take it up through the soles of your feet and disperse it in your body once more, along with all your particles. Take it back in every cell of your body, that you experience this beautiful life here on earth. And now it's time to open your eyes and rub your hands together and make an energy break by swooshing down in front of you. Swoosh. that we have the illusion of separation. Yes.
All right.
Very
Beautiful.
good.
Mhm.
Okay, that was fun. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you. What a
Thank you, that was
evening.
beautiful.
Great. Bye.
Thank you for being online.
Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for helping me.
We love you. Love you.
Bye.